Melleray. A second chance now to observe that stretch in the evening in County Waterford with Mary Kennedy.
Memories of summer days so long ago. Well, people and the places that we used to know. Oh, those memories. How they linger in the twilight. Yeah, and in the morning and in the small hours, just before dawn.
The lush green land of West Waterford, with its ancient castles and stately homes along the Blackwater Valley, sweeps down to the sea here at Helvick Head in Gaeltacht. And that's where you find us this week for a stretch in the evening. During the programme, we'll be giving you a flavour of the people and the place. We'll be meeting Molly Keane's first cousins, who, by the way, make the most wonderful apple juice. And still on the subject of food, Jerry will be dropping in on a woman who has made an art out of icing cakes. Blonnet will be taking to the sea on a fishing trawler, and we'll also be enjoying the tranquility of Mount Melleray. As well as that, of course, we'll have lots of music and chat and maybe even a bit of comedy. Jean, you're from West Waterford and you're also involved in tourism in the area. What do people come here for?
I think people come to West Waterford because the area is totally unspoilt, and what we try to do is trap people going onto Cork and Kerry, because they actually come into Rosslare and go straight up the main road. Whereas if people would venture off the main road, they'll discover the beauty of West Waterford and County Waterford. We've got fabulous mountain ranges and beautiful coastline. We've also got the Blackwater River Valley, and then the Gaeltacht area out here in Ring. So really we've got a piece of every county within Waterford.
There's a kind of a coexistence of two cultures in the area, isn't there, Ariel?
In many ways, Waterford is like a microcosm of the whole country, Mary. Both traditions that exist on the island are deep-rooted here as well, in as much as you have an area here that's the Gaeltacht and goes back for as long as history can go back. But you also have areas in this county where the language may not have been spoken for up to 800 years, seeing as Waterford was one of the very first areas to be conquered at the time of the Norman invasions. You also have other things like, it may seem strange to some people that cricket and hurling coexist side by side in areas here, and few people realise, I'm sure, that some of the top names in Waterford who play hurling also have a secret, hidden closet pastime of playing cricket,
well,
believe it or not.
Coexistence.
It is indeed, and it's in areas such as Lismore where hurling is the main sport there, but also cricket is played there. It also happens in Passage East, and it's very unique. But there's also kind of a unique kind of a West Waterfordness, I think, myself, among the people here.
Describe it.
Well, it's a marrying, I suppose, of these traditions. There's a uniqueness in that, that there's a kind of a sense of identity with West Waterford, and I don't think it's necessarily so in the East, where people have a kind of a sense of place and a sense of pride. And if I might say so, I don't mean it in any derogatory kind of a way, kind of an arrogance and a kind of a self-confidence in themselves that isn't to be found in many other places.
Anya, you've been living here for a number of years, but you're from Belfast.
That's right. I'm here 14 years now, and we used to come to Ring to the Gaeltacht when we were children. And it is very different to any other part of the country. I suppose I would have travelled many Gaeltachts. I would have spent a lot of time in Connemara. And there is a nobility, without again meaning to cast any aspersions in any other Gaeltacht. I think it has to do with the land. The land is very rich. It's fine, fat land. And that's reflected in the people, in their characteristics, in their outlook on life. The people here haven't suffered maybe the cares that have been suffered in other Irish-speaking areas, and it's reflected in their whole outlook and the way they bear themselves, in their songs and in their music.
The richness of the land now, I suppose, is borne out by the amount of vegetables that are produced in this area.
Yes, it is, particularly around Ardmore. A lot of organic growing going on, a lot of carrots, a lot of mushrooms, and I suppose they're going out throughout the whole country now. Potatoes as well, Balnacorty potatoes. And fishing, of course, Dungarvan and Helvick Head in particular have been famed for their fishing for generations.
Táid I learn the Gaeltacht I rial mar a dúirt tuhanna agus conas tá stad the Gaeltacht seo?
Well, ní hen fadwng ligin toring hen gwil gach illa dyna sa chiantar ar gailing yn tamar fad ha abiochant môr dal raig yn sa chiantar sio bedr le fehen o fe cwig blian yn oes nomar sin agus is oontach ar fad yn rodde sin ger a chaing let gwil nis mw gailing yn y closiant agus gailing nis fiarig yn pastí yn isna mar file fad an lá agus is oontach an rodde sin is toch a gwr cwydfada gwil sé de hora Captain Féin peis gyda bonw na mianskal Santa Claus in Lorna Gaegadi. Nor hosnig na daine teachtamachans na seachtodí as an bheanskal agus dal raig agus héad a baintach céimacha mar eltrí mar bhuantóirí mar garamacha maha. Ige deire gur ampig an roh agus in anna daine bheith fiachant ar an gailing mar rod lin raibh an bochtanas ahanta go hoban is a bhalar de scéile bhean agus capan gur raibh tunnach ar mór agus nernslí in a chuig cuasaí.
Tá buinte gotsa áine le cuasaí ceol.
Tá bhíam a canna agus ban taine bheits na saoil sinim ceol ó tháinig men so stoch agus bhíon táling bhíon trachtas an sa going an éidir noch a ceiriste an an go bháin agus anna chuid imachtaí ar siúil ar feag seachtainna agus níos mó istigh agus taimón sa raing agus bhfuig faointean san dúsam chuid aman sa agus mar a deidir tá meanscoil tá chláiste agus an ciad casaile ar an roch a dulchan ceangas doch an ná telefís na gailinge tá cólacht an sa tá cólacht ag iréal nematán agus tá siad sanna dulchan ceangamá agus is mór an rodéis sin is tócha caimig ghlacha go thomláin leis mean commerceáidirsteach ar saoil agus gan go meach anad an sa dan telefíse stáilm go meach cailúnt mór ar an mar Gaeltacht so is úntach an rod go bhfuil sé sin an doing.
There's one other point that could be made too about the coming of television Gaelinge in that if we forget about all the talk and all the media talk about it, there's one very important element that has been largely ignored. The jobs created are strictly for Irish speakers, and without being an Irish speaker, you cannot actually participate. It's not like other jobs. You can go into an office and do all the paperwork in English and your front can be in Irish, but this is strictly something which will give a generation of Irish speakers a good founding in something that's uniquely and inextricably linked to the language.
So it's a bit of positive discrimination?
Absolutely, and about time.
Nis Maggie's clip an bhirt ag gobal dig an cheol go Port Amshireach mar an seo agus a gramantí si denú a dom Lámtála. Ní lámach denú med láirtlib. Nis Maggie, tá is a play leis bin de gobar samar, bin de play drámiocht.
Bíon?
Agus bin de play radio.
Se?
Go háte.
Go bhíon.
So go neachla díanana just Ryan.
Tá is a saoire cána an túla tá annach le dearmh an sasáin an san saoire le bíon an rána íocht agus mar sin. Ach sa gaiire cána rá níl se chu násan. Mar bí mi go léir sais stiglan na chéile agus ní léon áit le dáil.
So céir bhí cuasaí Gaelin mai ar an sibéine talent na rinne. Cuasaí Gaelin just Ryan tí láidir.
Tá cána rá gohfuil ag mar bíon an pís ar an radio bin gach seachtain agus bím héin ar sin agus bím a caiin faoi imachtaí na ring agus mar dí bhíon ar siúlsraing.
Ú na gasadóg an na postí beg úte leirgailge?
Tá ar jan siad íireach gur mágad agus bíon siad a lán gailing ar scolar nó.
Ú tí sláidin na bhí mar tá sam cúpla blianachan gur 5 mór.
Bhí feid mór cúpla bliana hen ach buchs le dí tá sé bhd níos fiornis agus tá gachtain na Genevieve.
Well, gus cáil se be job an go se be eise gobar.
Ar
Eise plán na glunachaí.